Hey, you guys, it's Lula. With grace and gratitude, I welcome you into my home. You know, this isn't something I would normally do. Oh, here comes Bubba. But Spirit said, you need to say this right now. And I'm like, what do you mean right now? Anyway, by the way, I wish I looked like this all the time. I had a split second today. Maybe more than a second. It's okay. Come on. Come on. Are you going to come? Where I almost went like this across my face. Hi, Papa. You want to say hi? Gee, 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 gee. Hi. Go on. Because I wanted to see what the blue would look like on my skin. Like I wanted to cover this just happened. It was an accident, but I love it. It feels so natural. That's not why I came on here though. Why I came on here is because the wise owl and Spirit through the wise owl, there's double in the mirror, wanted to talk to us about I'm spiritual. I'm spiritual. I'm spiritual. There are so many snake charmers and charlatans out there. That's all I can tell you. And they're everywhere. They're even on the Soul Matrix social. Like I was on there. I tried to scroll a few times. Well, actually, I should say I have scrolled and I seem to find really awesome things. And now it seems like the more people are coming on there, I'm also feeling a lot of people who are on there for the wrong reasons, or they're like wolves in sheep's clothing. And I'm so grateful that Steve pointed that out, like in a really loving, indirect way. Or I should say, that's how I interpret it. I don't really know how they were doing. You know what I mean? That's what I'm realizing right now. Get it? Like even just what I said. It's uncomfortable right now because we are in the middle. I get it. I get it. We're in the middle of something, right? Like it didn't just happen. It's been, going on for a minute. I'm like, can I have some room, Jazzy? She's like, no, look at me. Jazzy, she's awesome. Jasmine. Anyway, but I'm seeing so many different things, and it brought me back to the days when I was first awakening, opening my eyes. I called it like my baby witch, my baby star seed, because even though we've always been this, we've also been programmed from an early age to be a certain way. Most of us were programmed by our parents and our teachers and church, religious, whatever kind of upbringing. There are so many things that have to fall apart in order for other things to fall together. And in the interim, that's when we really need to retreat within. All we can do is heal and change and motivate ourselves for the most part. But we lean on each other like this, right? We look to others, whether I was going to say other light workers, but others, right? Because it's like we look to others because it's not just the light workers that we're learning from. It's also those that are not light workers, that are just here having a human experience and wanted to be here during this, It's like, those people who wait in line for hours and hours and hours for the new roller coaster. Everybody's talking about this roller coaster, right? Some roller coasters stay and some don't, But I remember it's been a long, long time since I've gone to an amusement park. But one of the last times I went, I was so happy to see the American Eagle was still open at the theme park where I grew up in the Northwest. And it was one of those that's like click, click, click. It was one of the old school ones, right? It's like click, 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 click. You're going slow. It started out that way. It wasn't one that was just like, started out whatever. And it's like, oh, wee. It was like, no, it was like click, click. And at the time, it was the biggest one. It had the biggest drop. It was so exciting. And I remember seeing it and my friends like, come on, you want to go? Right. And I'm like, you don't want to be the not cool kid, right? You don't want to be the kid that's afraid. You want to be like everybody else that's excited. You want to go on the ride. You don't want to be the pussy. I hate to say it, but where I grew up, right? And my friends were kind of like, come on, you can do it. And I was like, okay. But I just remember that first time. And I still remember the clicking noise in my head as it was going up, going up, going up, going up. And as you're going up, it's kind of cool and exciting. So you're like, oh, cool. And you're looking around and you're like, wow, this is really exciting. And you're so much higher and you hear the screams that they're from far away because you're getting higher up. So it's like the screams of excitement and joy are a little bit further and they're getting further away until you get to the top. And then you're like, oh shit, this is high. You're like, this is really high. I just remember from my first experience, I was like, this is really, really high. And then I just remember, like, I don't remember who I was with or whatever. I just remember who I was with. We like locked hands. I think I was 12. I want to say I was 12. I was either 12 or 14. I feel like it was high school though, because I was so short for the longest time and I couldn't go on certain rides. I was just really little. Even now I'm 5'2.5", but I was like under 5 foot for a really long time. And then I kind of sprung up around 18 or after I turned 18. Anyway, I digress. So I just remember that excitement of being able to ride it for the first time and holding a friend's hand. I feel like it was Michelle and Davina. I don't know why. Anyway, here I am. I'm up there in this moment. And then all of a sudden it was like, I knew it was going to drop at any second. And it clicks along and then it goes, and it just lets gravity take it. It's like whoosh, and you go down. And I just remember being like, ah! And of course my friend's like, let's go in the first car. We waited and waited and waited so we can get in the first car. And I'm like, but again, was not going to chicken out. Now, this is my experience. If I have my childhood friends who watch this, if it is wrong, please tell me, because I did block a lot of stuff out. So I could be wrong, but this is my experience. But I just remember feeling like I had to pee, just feeling like this, holy shit. And you feel like you're going to die. And the second you hit the bottom and you go out, you're like, aha! Because then you're like, I made it. We're alive. And then it's keeps going. You're like, whoa, shit. And then you're going up and you're going around and you're like, whoa. And you don't know what's going to happen, but you're just so excited because you're just jazzed because you got through that first fucking part. Well, just like the American eagle, right? The bird. It can see things from high above. That's why it was probably called that, right? So you can see it from a different perspective. So moving forward, do your best to see things from your perspective, wherever you are, at whichever point you are in your process. It's different for all of us. So, if you're watching something and you've, the one thing that's been, I am not very happy about is, but it's none of my business. It's how it's supposed to be. But one thing that has been rough to watch is light workers, and a lot of light workers that I really look up to actually still coming through the back door with fear. And I'm like, if you don't fucking see it, I don't even know what to say. You know what I mean? I feel like, how do you not see that? How do you not putting urgency out there? Urgency is fear. And we are exactly where we're meant to be. And I want to tell you guys this is my soul knowledge. This is from my spirit guides. This is from my connection to my archangels and those in the angel realm. I feel like the seraphim, which, by the way, Rosology. Thank you, Rosology. Some of the things that they said in their last reading at the beginning was just exactly how I've been feeling. And I was like, oh, I love you, which is why she went from 3,000 followers to 113,000 followers in a year. Is really awesome, speaking their truth and saying very similar things to me, where I'm like, everything is going to work out exactly how it's meant to be. Because even if you came here, I'm channeling right now, because this is what Spirit is saying to you. Even if you came here to do a light work, spirit work, or whatever, even if your time is now, or you're feeling an urgency, but you don't want to do it, they're saying, there are other people, there are other energies, there are other entities that are put here in place to, it's of course we have a backup plan. They're it's almost and also you have to remember that time to us, it's not the same. There is no time in the spirit world. So it's I want you to watch a movie called Freaks. It's really good. It's really awesome. Edward and I watched it last night. They're saying I can. I was saying, okay. And this is gonna. Oh, this is gonna run out. Anyway, you get the message. I didn't even know that it was like that. I'll see you next time, and you'll see my hair.